All right then, okay, so we're podcasting, okay, so this is Rich from the Private Sale Company, and we're here with Darren Pelosi, the famous Darren Pelosi, because he's now all over our website. And listen, we're just gonna sit here and yak and banter about the kind of private sale stuff, and we're gonna drink our water and sit here and chat and talk about the private sale stuff and all of that stuff, and the journey that these guys had and what we did and stuff. So yeah, so there it is. Okay, so Darren, hey, thanks for joining me, mate. Really appreciate it.
And thanks for having me, Rich.
And listen, if any crazy stuff happens here, buddy, just go with it, okay? Just go with it.
So nothing out of the ordinary.
Nothing out of the ordinary. Just everything's normal.
All the same.
Everything's completely normal. Hey, can you tell us a bit of the background? How did you kind of find, the private sale company out there?
Local web page.
Facebook page.
Facebook page.
Yeah.
So both Kerry and I, we follow it.
Yeah.
And you'd come up on there.
Cool.
I'd seen you, Kerry had seen you.
You betcha.
And then we started talking about selling the house, yada, yada.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what do you know?
What do you know?
Kerry's like, oh, I seen this company down in Beach Haven, yada, yada, yada. Yeah. Like, oh, that's the same one with that guy.
Yeah. Beach Haven, that's in Auckland, you guys. Anybody that doesn't know, Beach Haven, Auckland. It's a very cool place.
Yeah, best place, actually. So that's how it started.
Yeah.
We kind of realised we're talking about the same company.
Yep.
And we thought, hey, let's make contact.
Yeah.
And that we've sort of made a decision to sell Taupo.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Nice.
And that's how we, I don't know, it wasn't me, probably Kerry.
Yeah.
Contacted you, I'm pretty stick like that.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Called you.
Yeah.
Good on you, bub.
And that was good, man. That was good because we connected up and we just sat in a local cafe and kind of sat down and yacked.
Yeah.
And I mean, normally you might get a real estate that comes round and they're dressed up in a suit and $8,000 Armani suit or something, driving one of the latest Porsches or Ferraris or something. What was your perception of me and Sind turning up and just kind of down to earth,
Well, so it certainly wasn't in a suit.
Yeah, no way, mate.
Yeah, he was in a hoodie.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
But, well, we'd seen, like I said, the advertisement or the information on the Facebook. So
yeah.
We kind of had an idea of,
the
what to expect.
Yeah.
But not in reality, though. Like, we thought we'd get there and you'd be like,
yeah.
No, you were there, you were
in Rich's
attire.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
What we learned to understand is just the way
you betcha.
You dress for the occasion.
Yeah.
Hate to see what you got married in.
Pretty much the same
hoodie.
stuff. Pretty much the same stuff in a hoodie. Yeah. How did you know that? Yeah.
But yeah, that's how it started.
Yeah.
Sat down with you, local at the Northcote.
Yeah.
What is it? Cafe there.
Yeah, Clarence Road. Yeah.
Discuss what. It wasn't too much of an in-depth discussion. It was more of, hey, this is what we do. This is our business, and we just sat there, listened. Didn't really have any questions for you. It was more of a meeting to get an understanding of what the business was, what the private sales company business was.
Yep.
For us, and start to give us a thought process of which way we decide to go, whether we questions we need to ask you on our next meeting.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess the biggest thing for us was probably the logistics.
Yeah.
Being Beach Haven and Auckland based.
Yeah. How do you mean? How do you mean logistics? Because
the logistics of working with you.
Yeah.
So Kerry and I working with yourselves.
Yep.
To sell a property that's 350 kilometres away.
And
how's that going to work? Yeah, how's it going to work? We know you're new business, you're up and coming.
Yeah.
So how's that going to work like? Those are the sort of questions we asked ourselves.
You bet. Yeah. Yeah.
And I guess after the first meeting, we had the second one, third one, and to a point we were comfortable enough to say, hey, let's give it a go.
Yeah.
That's my career. So my background is in sales.
Yeah.
So it was more of an opportunity for myself to do something in real estate.
Absolutely.
Which I also,
Yeah, I mean,
thought I could do.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you own the property as well, so
Yeah.
I mean that's a cool thing.
And it's from Kerry's side,
Yes.
the sales side of it is certainly nothing that she wanted to do.
Yeah.
But she could see the benefits in working with a local company.
Yeah.
She felt at ease as well.
Yeah,
speaking
yeah.
with yourself and Sins.
And then saving the commissions.
And that was it.
Yeah.
You've got that part there where, for Kerry, probably the first thing was like, wow, there's going to be a massive savings here if we do it right.
Yeah, yeah.
But then on the other side of it, for her, it's that, the logistics is the biggest thing. How are we going to make this work?
Yeah.
Down in Taupo. So.
And we did.
We did.
We rocked it.
We had nothing to worry about.
Yeah, exactly. It just kind of, we worked together, eh?
Yeah.
And for us, it's so important. I mean, Cindy and I went through a terrible time when we tried to sell our place, and we worked with 3 different real estate firms, and so we eventually got to the point where we wanted to sell it privately, and we got a team together and sold it, and it worked well. But then working with clients, working with other people, and helping them do it as well. I think that was really the key, the key to it, making it all work, and making it work for other people. And that was really important to us, is to make sure it worked for you guys, and we fitted into what you wanted to do, and we kind of worked as a great team, and we kicked butt.
I think, and that was it. That was, for us, even the unknown of using the real estate agent. Someone who do it every day.
Yeah, yeah.
You're having the same issues there.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, well, possibly we could run into the same issues.
Yeah.
I'm all for it. I love these sort of challenges in life where they're throwing at you. You can either go with this. This is supposed to be your easy road, and then you've got what we chose.
Yeah, yeah.
To go down the partner with yourselves.
Yeah.
So after the first few meetings, it was kind of a done deal. We just needed to figure out the rest of it, really.
How it all worked.
Or how it's going to work.
Yeah, exactly.
We sat down with these meetings and we got the we've gone old school, right? We've photocopied off calendars and we're sitting there filling them in.
Love it.
I love paper, but technology these days, I could use it a little bit more better. So.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, man. It was fun actually sitting down there, and I am amazed because I enjoyed the process of selling my house with my wife, but doing that with you guys, it was bloody good fun, mate.
Oh, we had heaps of fun.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if Kerry had a lot of fun. Because nothing's straightforward with me, right?
Yeah.
The whole process for me is we've got this basis. We know what we're doing.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. Saturday we're going here. We're going to be it.
Yeah.
It's the small details.
Yeah.
Like setting up signs when we're in Taupo.
Yeah.
I would speak to Kerry and say, can you help us put out the signs? She'll ask me, where should I put them? Oh, same as yesterday.
Yeah.
She'll put it there, and I'll be like, no, it needs to be further over.
Yeah.
To see that sign there, it's kind of in the way.
Yeah.
We need to move it slightly that way. So then the next week we'll go down. She'll put it in the same spot.
Yeah.
That I said the week before, it was fine. I'll be like, no, you need to move it that way this week. That only happened twice. From that point onwards, I was putting them out by myself. There was no more. She didn't want to have a bar putting those signs out.
Yeah.
And I'd do that. I'd frustrate myself every week. And a car could park there, and then I would move it.
I'll tell you what. I mean, that can make a huge difference in a campaign. I mean, you actually had people that only saw the core flute signs. They didn't see any advertising. Didn't see anything on trade. I mean, nothing. They only saw the core flute signs, and there was a couple that came in and came there to the property and made an offer, didn't they?
Yeah. Oh, that was the first open home we had.
Yeah.
There you go. They came in. They were speaking. They're making an offer. I was like, oh wow.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
It is.
What do we do?
And I mean,
what
guys,
do we do?
You guys had a lot of offers. I wish
That was on day one.
Yeah, on day one.
What do we do?
Exactly.
So
I mean that's what I love about this scenario is we're putting real people into this, and when it's your property, it's actually really good fun because when you get a buyer that's like keen and sees the value, it's bloody fantastic. I mean, I just love that. I love that about selling my place, and I love that about, helping you guys, do that. So it's cooking. But I mean, you guys got heaps of offers.
Well, getting the first one was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Their first offer.
Yeah.
That was amazing. Like, I was buzzing.
Yeah.
So was Kerry.
You betcha.
This was on our first open home.
You betcha.
So we're
man.
thinking right away. We've made the right decision.
Yeah.
Doing this. But,
You betcha.
We still got a while.
Yeah.
Our campaign had only just started.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a case of. Let's just take it and start the paperwork and let's get it done. It was,
Yeah.
There was a whole process, which is what we had spoken about before.
There was. I mean, you could have sold that property over 10 times.
Even after we sold
with
it.
the offer. Yeah, exactly. I wish you had 3 more of those places.
And the thing about it was,
Yeah.
even after we had sold it,
Yeah,
and then the Trade Me listing online changed because it went to that different format.
Yeah, that's right.
That new format.
Yeah. Strategy.
We had people.
It's all about strategy, people. Selling a house is all about strategy. So important.
Well, we had people calling us when it changed.
Yeah.
Because obviously they'd seen it and thought, it's back on the market again. It hasn't gone through. It hasn't sold.
Yeah.
And I said, oh no, unfortunately that it has. It's just the change in that.
Yeah.
Trade Me has
made
it look like it's up for sale again. They're pretty gutted.
Yeah.
And so were we, No, we weren't. We were like, it's sold, it is what it is.
Mate, I was gutted that you didn't have 3 more of them.
But, you talked about the signage.
Yeah.
Putting the signs out.
Yeah.
So the gentleman we sold the property to.
Yes.
He came into the open homes because he saw the signage.
Seriously?
He saw the core flutes.
Wow.
Yeah, he'd seen them and he just came
That's
in.
cool.
He was driving. He was one of those drive-by guys.
Yeah.
And we'd seen them over the last few weeks. Where they drive by and this is what I do.
Totally.
Should I go in? Should I not? And then they turn around and go back.
Yeah.
And I just saw him and I just sort of locked eyes with him. I was like, hey, how's it going? Come to an open home.
Awesome,
I just saw your signs.
Awesome.
Come on in.
Awesome.
And that.
Yeah.
We'd only just spoken about that.
That's
done
right.
that weekend.
Yeah.
For us.
Yeah.
You sort of, and then, you're waving out, just wave out to people, go out there and say hi and give them a brochure and stuff. That was good.
You guys were awesome. You guys did that. You got out there and you connected with people. You connected with the buyers. Possibly that's your secret as to getting out and involving other people and really kind of connecting through. And stuff. So,
I think that was it.
Yeah.
The whole fact that
I liked that.
we were the owners of the property, it certainly helped.
Yeah.
In that process.
Because you know it. You know it better than anybody else.
We know it inside out. We know the floors, we know everything, we know the maintenance schedule, we know everything about it.
You've had it for 5 years or 6 years and
that was it. And the conversations with the potential clients or the potential buyers that come in. They would be, they'd come in, they'd ask you a couple of questions as you do.
Yeah.
Find out we were actually the owners of the property.
Yeah.
And then they'd feel really relaxed. And, what about
you
that?
betcha.
What about that? What about this and the schools and this? And
we're
like, okay.
Yeah.
It was a different conversation.
Yes.
It wasn't like a sort of a real estate, I would assume, real estate type potential buyer conversation.
You betcha. I just want to keep on going, guys. I just want to keep on rolling and stuff and ask this guy some more questions. Tell me, man, there was a time where you had quite a few offers on the table. And I remember it was just before Christmas. And I was like, hey, Darren, are you gonna kind of make a decision? Are you gonna, take one of the offers on the table? Or are we gonna wait till after Christmas? And I was kind of going, maybe might take an offer now, but you actually held it back, and you had this amazing confidence that someone was going to come after Christmas with a higher offer, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
What was it that made you decide that? Because that was just that blew me out. I was rapt that you did that. I was shaking in my boots, but you did that and you led it, and it was awesome, man.
I guess it was the process. So it's the process that when we spoke to you about it earlier in the beginning of the whole program, it was, there's going to be the ups, there's going to be a downs. It's not a race to the end, to the finish, right?
Yeah. So
although we had the multiple offers on the table prior to Christmas, it was a case of let's still leave it till after Christmas, because we were still getting inquiries even though we had those offers there.
Yeah. Listen, mate, I think you're still getting inquiries now, and it's been sold for weeks,
Oh,
yeah.
But, honestly, and that was the biggest. That was the reason why we decided not to settle prior to Christmas.
Yeah.
And it's crappy timing as well.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to have the paperwork done, the lawyers have to be. It was just,
true.
End of the day, if someone came and gave us a ridiculous price for it, we would have possibly did.
Yeah, you bet.
But the fact that we had offers in the vicinity where we ended up selling it was great to be able to do that in the new year.
You bet.
And we got a week's holiday in between. So.
You did.
Yeah. And it was like, it's selling, so let's have at least a week, and after these last 6 years we've owned the property.
Yeah.
In Taupo, and and enjoy the place.
You bet, yeah.
Best bloody holiday ever. We ask ourselves afterwards, why are we selling? Why are we selling?
Yeah.
The weather was great. Everything was just perfect.
It's such an awesome area. I mean, just that area down there, it's just stunning, Beautiful.
It was written in the stars, right?
Yeah.
And the gentleman we sold to,
yeah,
we even see him on the first day he came to the open home.
Yep.
Great guy, very open.
Yeah.
He says, I'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring my mum. I thought, that's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
He's got enough respect for his mother to bring her along and get her opinion on the property.
Cool.
She turns up the next day. I was like, I felt like I was being grilled,
Yeah.
She was really knowledgeable. She'd be like, what's this and that? And I was like, oh, Kerry, what do you think? She was like, oh, it's all yours, buddy. She was really knowledgeable.
Rocking.
And certainly offered offered the gentleman some insight on, what we'd sort of told her.
Yeah.
Obviously, the confidence from herself and us meeting her also helped with the sale as well.
Yeah.
But I was going to go on to say, we saw him down the lake that evening.
Nice.
Yeah, we were down the lake having a swim, and we're like, probably about 10 metres away. Yelling out, and all I hear is, Darren. Hey, how's it? So I guess it was...
You must feel good, selling a property and delivering to someone else, another maybe Kiwi family, some real value.
Yes.
And I tell you, for me, that's what fired me up about this whole thing is that as the owner, you were knowing that you were actually delivering to the seller, good value.
Yeah.
And you're not paying 30 grand of commissions, so I don't know. There's a little bit more to play with, and or to keep and to put in your bank account. So I mean, it's kind of like a nice win-win kind of situation.
Totally a win-win.
Yeah.
Like, end of the day, it also helped with the negotiations.
Yeah.
You look at that side and think, wow, actually, we're still saving.
Yeah.
We're still saving. But with the guy we sold to, it was interesting because his correspondence back to us maybe 2 or 3 weeks after, not that long, maybe about a week after he had come through for a third time. It's kind of like, you're on the, you're kind of there. I always come back to your property, but you don't have a garage. So we'd changed the garage to a rumpus.
Oh yeah, that's right.
For families for the Airbnb.
Yeah.
And then I thought, okay, that's cool. But I didn't let it sit. I didn't let it sit there. I thought, okay, if he wants a garage, which is what he was thinking about, then I'm going to give him a garage.
Yeah.
So I go out and get him a quote.
Nice.
And I say, hey,
nice.
This is what it's going to cost you to turn it back into a garage. You don't have to do it. We'll sort it out before you take over. This is the kind of conversation I'm having with him. So,
cool.
We can have that sorted out.
Cool.
If that's what's stopping you. And he's like, surprisingly, he's like, no, don't worry about the garage.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the furnishings.
Yeah.
I was like,
you bet.
This is a guy who initially was interested, bought his mum, and he was right on the edge, but then sort of, I felt like he was moving away.
So tell me, I mean, if you had an agent in there, you're talking about someone here and someone there and then someone in the middle, that probably would have been a little more difficult to probably manage through. I mean...
Oh, definitely. So that's one thing we haven't spoken about, right? Is that communication, the direct communication.
Yes.
With the potential buyers.
Yes.
That's pretty good. That's kind of key, right?
Okay, so tell me about that. Why is that good? Because I know that there are buyers, that there are sellers out there that would put their properties on the market, but they're a little hesitant about that negotiations through. So how was that for you?
The good thing about that, for myself and Kerry, is that we can get a feel of the potential buyer, right? We know whether they're just kicking tires, whether they're actually,
Yeah.
whether they're there because they have a family member who wants to move back into the.
Because you were talking to them
Because we're talking
directly.
to them directly, so
Yeah,
we're getting a lot
Yeah.
of good information,
Yeah.
which then we can say to ourselves, oh well, we had 3 potentials come through this weekend.
Yeah.
One of them, probably not. They just had a look, they were a neighbour.
Yeah.
But we're able to screen those and sort of say, hey, we had 2 really good ones.
Yeah.
And then we'd advise you and say, hey, this is what
That's
happened
right.
this weekend.
And you would find out all about them and their story and what
Exactly.
they were trying to do.
What they're doing, what their family are doing, they're
Yeah.
coming back to town.
You bet.
But the good thing is, I don't think we would have had the same sort of screening from
No.
a real estate agent. They would have said, we had 3 brilliant people through.
Yeah.
Where in reality, it could have only been 2 or even 1.
Yes. Yeah.
And we did that with every open home. We always assessed at the end of the day. That's one really great one. We got a couple here,
Yep.
maybe.
You
and,
bet.
and we categorised them like that. That way we felt, okay,
Yes.
can feedback the same sort of feedback to yourself when we're in discussions.
You bet.
Hey,
You
we've
bet.
got one really great one. Couple, not so much.
Yeah.
Overall, it's a 30%,
Yeah.
win
Yeah.
as far as I'm
That's
concerned.
good. Totally.
So that's pretty much that's key, is being able to talk to
Yeah.
the potentials and actually getting their feedback and
You bet.
being able to sort of screen them like that.
Yeah. So, I mean, you guys did a fantastic deal with the buyer.
Yep.
And how did it feel going through that process? And you guys doing it, you guys being in charge of it. I mean, you. I think we helped you with our legal team and stuff. And
Yep.
and how was that? Wrapping up. How did you feel? Putting the deal together and making it work.
Yeah, it was good. It was. There's certainly cannot express how I really feel. When I jump up and down. And
Yeah.
But it was awesome, right?
Yeah.
We did use your legal team. They were great.
Good.
On their side, communication backwards and forwards,
You
easy
betcha.
as simple.
Yeah.
Asking questions in regards to terms and conditions. What does this mean? What does it?
Yeah.
Very open to
Fabulous.
helping us understand that.
Good.
Is there more we can do? Which was a no at the time.
Yeah.
But at some stage with the buyer, we knew that the deal was done. We just had to wait that time, that
Yeah.
process.
Yeah.
He had already let us know he'd had this, he had that, and
Yeah.
it was fine. It was just a builder's report
Yeah,
type
you-
situation. That's what
you
it came
did-
down to.
Did well.
And
did
when the
well.
builder's report came back and it was
Yeah.
A-OK,
All go.
I think the lawyer recommended something else.
Yeah.
Throw this in here, buddy. If you change your mind, you can
Yeah.
back out. So
You bet.
I guess that.
Oh, well, I mean, that's part of the process of buying. You want to make sure that you're buying a good house and
Yeah.
that everything's okay. So I suppose that's part of the process of buying and you buyer beware and everything and stuff. So, but I think that you did really well because you were so open with the buyer and the buyer was open with you, and you guys just had such a great rapport.
Yeah.
And real even beyond us. I mean, it was just between you and the buyer, and you had a really good thing going on there.
I think you did. I think we did as well. We all throughout the whole process, I'm always looking to try and do something different, do something better.
Yeah.
Than the last week.
And
that's the reason why the signs come up, and I'm always moving. the signs around.
Totally. That's good.
Even implementing, how I guess I got the idea from yourself.
Yeah.
Your message
You
Saturday,
bet.
Sunday morning.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You ready for your open home guys? 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Then I think after that first week, I took what you were doing.
Yeah.
And I did it to the potential clients. So anyone who would come through,
You bet.
I would do the same.
You bet.
Message them.
Yeah.
Open home today.
Yeah. That's great.
Open home today.
Because I mean, it's just letting those guys know that you're on and you it's there and it's you're ready for someone to come and buy this thing.
You're back,
and I mean, hey, look,
I'm going to keep reminding you.
You got so many bloody offers. It was like, holy cow, I wish we had 10. I wish we had 10 because we could have sold 10 of them as
my
well.
goodness, 10 houses.
Yeah.
I wish.
Yeah. Darn right.
But
mate.
taking things like that, like what you did, with and using it from our side,
Yeah.
to the potential buyers is great.
Yeah,
Following
yeah.
up with emails, making sure that
You bet.
they're aware of what's happening.
Yep.
Even when things start again, like going into Christmas, people are
Yeah,
thinking about going on holiday.
they are.
Just kind of ending it on a high and then kicking it off. How do we kick it off
Yes.
on a high as well? Get them back into that.
Yeah,
I
you did
I
well.
want to buy a house.
You guys did so well with that. That was great. That
so
was
it's
great.
Always refining it, eh?
Refining.
Always,
Always refining. Always just trying to get it better and get it better for sellers, any other sellers out there, because
Exactly.
it's this experience, it's that experience that we want to bring to other people, and that's real value.
Yeah.
I think that's real value. And after you do it again and again and again, we're doing that now with other clients and stuff. You get that, you bring that, but you're learning something new and something different. And I believe you've got to stay in that place of being able to be teachable. You don't know everything. So, yeah. So if there's any sellers out there and you're thinking, hey, listen, we need to do this thing, then, better come and do it. What do you think?
Oh, you'll love it.
Yeah.
So will you guys be doing this like any other time?
We
Talking
just
about
never
more
know.
things?
I mean, hey, listen, Darren's enjoying his retirement and I'm working my off, helping people get moving. So and get to sell their own places privately. So So I mean, hey. If we can help, if we can, Darren's around the place and we're around the place, and we're into helping people sell their places privately and have a great time and keeping those huge commissions in their pocket instead of someone else's, and there it is, guys. So so there it is. So thanks, man.
Awesome.
Hey, I appreciate the bloody, the vote of confidence.
Yes.
And you did bloody well, and I'm so proud of you guys. I'm like,
Thank you.
Seriously, I mean, you kick. So I'm not supposed to say, but you guys
You're
did.
not supposed to.
You
Mate.
just,
You just said it again.
You just did it.
I'm not supposed to. Mate. Here you go. Yeah. Awesome.
So so cool. Thanks, guys. Okay, we'll catch you next time. See ya.